హలో 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 రావట్లేదు.
హలో.
హలో వస్తుంది.
ఈ వాయిస్ కూడా వస్తుంది.
హలో హలో
మైక్ టెస్టింగ్ 1 2 3. ఈ మైక్ అదా? వాట్ అబౌట్ నౌ సార్? నో. మైక్ చెకింగ్. మైక్ టెస్ట్ 1 2 3. Okay. Is it okay? Yes, sir. Thank you. One more time, mic check. Start the running.
వాయిస్ వస్తుందా? రికార్డింగ్.
పట్టుకుంటే ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది సార్. ఇబ్బంది అవుతున్నాం. ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది.
Problem is.
A very good morning to the esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, researchers, students, and our colleagues. I am Anuhya, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department.
And I am Ravikant Naga, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department.
We take the privilege of hosting this prestigious event on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Anurag University. Welcome to the two-day international conference on innovations and future scope of mechanical engineering in digital era. This international conference at Anurag University is a testament to the incredible advancements and contributions in the field of mechanical engineering, bringing together brilliant minds from across the globe to share knowledge, foster collaboration, and explore innovative solutions to the challenges of our times. The key focus areas are thermofluids, design engineering, materials, and manufacturing. Mechanical engineering has always been at the forefront of innovation, transforming industries, driving technological progress, and improving the quality of lives for billions around the world. From the era of steam engines to the dawn of artificial intelligence and sustainable energy solutions, this field has continuously evolved to meet the needs of society. The theme of this conference reflects our shared commitment to addressing the critical challenges and opportunities in our discipline. Over the next 2 days, we will explore cutting edge research, engage in insightful discussions, and exchange ideas that will help drive the field forward. We are delighted to host keynote speakers and panelists who are pioneers in their domains. Their work has set benchmarks in the global engineering community, and their insights will inspire and challenge us to think beyond boundaries. Before we proceed further, we would like to take a moment to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the sponsors of this conference. Their generous support and commitment has been instrumental in making this event a reality. We sincerely thank the Student Care, Aspire Grad, SI Global, ACE Academy, Digital Lobby for believing in our vision and partnering with us to bring together a global platform for innovation and knowledge exchange in the field of mechanical engineering.
To commence this momentous occasion, it is my pleasure to invite our dignitaries and distinguished guests to the dais. In the dynamic realm of academic excellence and assessment, we are privileged to have our controller of examinations, Dr. Mohammad Sikandar Baba sir, convener Icifmede, onto the dais. Thank you, sir. With great privilege, we welcome Dr. P. Bhaskar Reddy, Registrar, Anurag University, onto the dais. Thank you, sir. With a deep respect and appreciation, we extend our warmest welcome to our chief guest, a luminary whose presence adds a touch of distinction to this international conference, onto the dais. Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. V. Vijay Kumar, Dean School of Engineering, to kindly join us on the stage. Thank you, sir. With genuine admiration and heartfelt gratitude, we extend our warmest welcome to our dynamic Associate Vice President of Strategy, Mr. Anurag Palla, onto the dais. In this evolving landscape of mechanical engineering, we are fortunate to have Dr. K. Srinivasa Chalpati, our esteemed head of the department, Mechanical Engineering, and Associate Dean, School of Engineering, as a visionary leader onto the dais. Thank you, sir. With their unparalleled expertise, dedication to innovation, and commitment to academic excellence, it has been instrumental in fostering a culture of learning research. Thank you. As we begin this auspicious event, let us invoke the light of knowledge and wisdom with a traditional lamp lighting ceremony, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the dawn of enlightenment. To set a positive tone for this event, let us begin with a prayer song. We invite Dr. Pratibha Dharmavarapu to lead us in a soulful rendition. I kindly request everyone to join.
महागणपतिं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं महागणपतिं वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकाप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिम्. Thank you.
May I now invite Dr. K. Srinivasa Chalapati, General Chair, Icifmede 2025, Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, and Associate Dean, School of Engineering, to kindly address the audience.
Thank you, madam. Very good morning to all. Distinguished Registrar Dr. Bhaskar Reddy Garu and Dean SYE Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, and our today's chief guest and keynote address speaker Dr. Nitin Muttil, the professor of Victoria University, Melbourne, Australia, and Mr. Anurag Palla, the vice president of strategy, Anurag University, and Dr. Sikandar Baba, the conference chair and also controller of examinations, and my dear students and my dear faculty fraternity and participants and distinguished others. A very warm good morning to one and all once again. As you all know, this institution was established in the year 2002 as CVSR College of Engineering and then transformed as Anurag University in the year 2020. And we are consistent in the NIRF ranking, and also we are one of the top private university in this region. The Department of Mechanical Engineering was established in the year 2004 and then has grown into multi-folds with getting many laurels to the university and also to the department within this vicinity. And currently the department is having 12 doctorates with various specializations and good research expertise. And the department has organized many events like these, FDPs and international STTP last year on fuel cells, and some of them are funded by DST also. And all our faculty are dedicated, and most of them are more than working in this institution more than 10 to 12 years, and they have very good dedication, and all are ready to take up any new challenges whenever they are given. And with this expertise, we have established the additive manufacturing center in the name of Center for Research in Digital Manufacturing, CRDM we call it, and with an initial budget of 50 lakhs, and we established almost 10 3D printing machines which are catering the needs of all the departments of the university, and also some job works from outside as consultancy also. And we are also planning to establish another center of excellence on fuel cells and alternative energies, as we have much expertise in that area, and which is also the emerging technology. And the thought of this international conference first initiated in the year 2019 and planned to actually execute in the year 2020 or 2020 December, but due to pandemic situation we couldn't do, and finally it took birth now in this Jan 2025, right? And this is the year of hopes and many dreams to come true. With the little experience that we gained through the previously organized the FDPs and two national level conferences, so we thought of organizing this international conference on innovations innovations and future scope of mechanical engineering in digital era, Icifmede 2025, during 24-25 Jan 2025. So I am confident that this conference will pave the platform for the sharing of knowledge and expertise among the authors and also the students and all the research community. And I thank all the sponsors who have supported us, and also I thank the management, Dean, VC Madam, Chancellor Sir, Registrar Sir, and all other HODs who supported and who guided us, and um, throughout the process of the international conference. So I assume and I hope this will give you a lot of experience, and you will get a good learning. Okay, I hope you will enjoy these 2 days. Thank you and welcome you all once again.
Now, we request Dr. Sikindar Baba sir, convener ICIFmede 2025, to address the gathering.
Thank you very much, Madam. Honorable Registrar, Dr. Bhaskar Reddy sir, today's chief guest, Dr. Nitin Mutil, Professor Victoria University from Australia, respected Dean School of Engineering Vijay Kumar sir, and Mr. Anurag Palla, Associate Vice President Strategy, and who is a mechanical engineer and alumni of Purdue University, USA, and my dear friend and head of the department, Dr. K.S. Chalpati sir, who is the chair of this conference, and all my colleagues, authors, participants, research scholars, students, very good morning to all. On behalf of myself and organizing committee, I welcome you all for this conference, which is a first international conference on innovations and future scope of mechanical engineering in digital era. So where this, as sir said, Chalpa sir said, this has started in 2019 and couldn't able to do in 2020 December because of pandemic, and where we wanted to network with all the authors and communicate what research we are doing here, and we have to collaborate with all the universities, what exactly the research and future a mechanical engineering can do. That's why we couldn't able to do in online. We wanted to do have off in a offline kind of thing. And in this, we started this journey in last year, February 2024 again, and we planned and contacted all the academicians across the globe to be part of this advisory committee. And national wise also, we have contacted all the universities to be contact of advisory committee, and they have appreciated us a lot. and say yes, you have to do this in this of mechanical engineering is a part of so many initiatives and future scopes also in AI also it's a mechanical engineering, and so much of innovations also is happening. Without mechanical engineering nothing is there. So that's why again we have formulated a organizing committee having a kind of publication committee and the national advisory committee and all the committees, and who started contacting all the publishers after the presentation of manuscripts in this conference. They have to publicize in certain kind of journals, where we have contacted 3 to 4 publishing agencies. We are part of Scopus and Web of Science repositories, and we have got the some proposal from 3 to 4, including AIP publications and MDPI like that. Finally, we could able to do a written communication with AIP Publishing, which is a Scopus kind of conference proceedings, which is listed in Web of Science and so many other repositories also. Then we have contacted all the authors, all the academicians across the globe through mail, and in person also our organized committee went and contacted them to be part of this conference. And every one of academicians, they appreciated our move to be part of this conference, and we felt very happy and got motivated we will be getting a good kind of manuscripts from the so many people. In this journey, we have received around 94 of manuscripts, out of which we shortlisted with entire kind of reviewers, and we took help of so many other people to be part of reviewers, and we got a global kind of reply from the US also to be part of reviewer of this journey, because we have taken Microsoft conference management system as a part of collaborating to submit the proposal of manuscripts from the authors. In that journey, we got some of the inputs from the reviewers who are part of the US to be part of a reviewer. And with that help, with their help, out of 94, exclusively the scope of conference, which met 48 manuscripts we shortlisted and sent back to them to further review and confirm. In that kind of thing, finally, we could able to shortlist 29 manuscripts, which are going to be present in the conference, which meets in all respects of quality and in all the things of scope of the conference. So this, with this, we have planned this 2 days conference with the keynote speaker from the Mutil sir. Tomorrow we'll be having Professor Vasu from NIT Warangal, and we have organized all the presentations with blend of so much of expertise from different modules of design, thermal like that. And we have planned a visit to our CRDM facility, Center for Research of Digital Manufacturing, where we are going to see a hands-off experience how the AI and all those things are taking place by first-year students, how they are doing as a hands-on experience. So I hope these 2 days will give a lot of inputs to authors, and obviously we'll have a lot of learning. I thank all the organizing committee. We are doing past 6 months lot of work, and all the leadership team who motivated us and helped us in the journey, and all the sponsors who contributed with us for the successful completion of this. So I hope this surely will help us to network among ourselves. We'll collaborate what exactly research is happening. I'm very happy to know from Mutil sir is that just now he said we were like in India, we were thinking like research is very slowed down in mechanical engineering, but sir said India is very ahead in research. This very thanks for those words, sir. Thank you very much. We'll surely do research and collaborating with all the authors in future, and collaborate for proposals also in some of the countries. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for your brief welcome address. With utmost esteem, we extend our invitation to Mr. Anurag Palla, Associate Vice President of Strategy AU, to share their insights with the gathering. Sir, please.
Very warm welcome to our esteemed guest, Dr. Mutil sir, and our leaders, Dr. Bhaskar sir, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, Dr. Srinivas Chelpati garu, Dr. Sikandar Baba sir, and all of our esteemed colleagues off the dais and on the dais. Again, a very good morning to all of each and every one of you present here. As soon as I saw the conference name, International Conference in Future Innovations and Future Scope of Mechanical Engineering in Digital Era, I realized that it is one of the most important initiatives that has been taken in the recent times by Mechanical Engineering Department and Anurag University collaboratively to make sure that all of our loved and passion that we have for mechanical engineering doesn't die down. And it is of no surprise to all of us, right? From past 4 or 5 years, if you ask anyone, any student, any professor, if they want to, what is the department or the sector in which they would want to go ahead or get a little more educated in or try to specialize, mechanical is the lower bottom of their choices, right? It's not a surprise to any of us here, and it's not just in India, it's all over the globe. um, I'm sure even in Australia it's the same thing, where the demand for your emerging technologies, especially related to computer science, has taken over the entire world by storm. And no need to, I was extremely depressed when I found out that no one's, not right now, like 5 years, 6 years back, that the demand for mechanical engineering is going down year by year. And again, our learned mentors told me that this is a cycle. It keeps happening. It's not something that we need to worry about, but it is something that we definitely can start preparing for. Why is that happening? Is because 15 or almost 15 years back, when I started my undergrad education in mechanical engineering, I could have easily come out of it saying, or without learning anything that has to do with computers in India. Even if I had studied anywhere else apart from India, maybe I would had a little more exposure to um, all the softwares that are required in getting the computations done. But right now, especially in this digital era, I don't think you can think about not having to work on a software even if you are from mechanical engineering. All of it, every single of it has been simulated and softwareized, for the lack of better word, so that we can be much more effective. No one is doing their calculations. I think I don't see anyone carrying their drafters anymore. Anyone still doing that? No, no, right? Because there are much better ways to learn and do our jobs as a mechanical engineer effectively, especially in this digital era. But something that we have been lacking is inter is trying to merge mechanical engineering. We are all again very proud of our mechanical engineering, and we don't like to merge it or let anything else spoil the purity of what we need to study in mechanical engineering. I still remember, I think one of my first academic council meetings where all of us were vehemently uh, fighting to not take the engineering graphics out of the first year curriculum. But slowly we have all understood that it is not useful. The same way, all of it will be redundant. All of our efforts, all of our education will be redundant if we don't make it much more interdisciplinary. And most of you might think what might be the future scope of mechanical engineering, but the sky is also not the limit, because if you can see, most of the sectors that are growing up right now, your space sector has been opened up and it's privatized. And can you think about it without the mechanical engineering? No. Your defense sector has been again opened up for the entire private players, and that is the only way where you do know the reason America, US, UK, Australia, all of your Western powers are extremely good in their technology, not because of their um, enthusiasm in computer science because of their investment, intellectual investment, not just the money, but also the brain that has went into developing the traditional branches, especially like mechanical. And your most favorite invention of our time, internet, is also a something that has come out of defense funding. that also has come out with the help of DARPA, which is the defense thing. So right now in India, how much ever we are proud, that how much ever we would like to say we are a developed country, no, we are not. We are still developing. We have a long way to go, especially we need to compete with the global powers. And the only branch that can make that difference is our traditional and mechanical engineering. Because imagine the scope in the future for the mechanical engineering. I'll just read out few things that I have written down. So again, emerging technologies, ma'am, sir has just talked about your additive manufacturing. You all of us have seen reels about how they are building the houses with 3D printers, right? Every single thing. Robotics and mechatronics. Can we imagine our life right now without any robotics or mechatronics in this present era? No. Artificial intelligence and machine learning. For what? Can I have a, can someone tell me what is the most useful tool for mechanical engineers, especially in, using AI or ML? Predictive maintenance. Because that is something that has been the bane of mechanical engineers and quality engineers all over the world for past 3-4 decades. The only reason Japanese manufacturing and Chinese manufacturing companies are so good is because of their predictive maintenance, because of their predictive analysis of when the machine goes down. Again, digitization and simulation, coming to that part of it, your finite element analysis, computational fluid dynamics, and of course, computer aided design. Can we think about it without ANSYS? Can we think about designing any product without ANSYS or CAD? So the reason that I'm listing out all of these is because most of you might think, "Arey, mechanical engineering करने के बाद क्या? What can we do?" For you guys, a CSE or AI or a IT engineer might, it makes sense for IT engineer to think that way because their sector is saturated, especially for mechanical and civil. It is just opening up because we also have realized that there is a lot more to do if we all come together. If we kind of club a lot of, make our education a lot more interdisciplinary, because we cannot live in the silo that we have created for ourselves and be effective or be useful to the world. The whole reason why we all want to become engineers, apart from again having a good life or making money, is that we make this world a much better place. And I think especially as a patriot and I also as a very proud mechanical engineer myself, I would like all of us to do that, put in a little more effort to make sure that our country grows leaps and bounds. And that is the only way that, because there is no way we can grow leaps and bounds or compete with other global players in focusing on your uh, computer science related branches, because infrastructure needs mechanical engineers, and growing economy like ours needs a lot more infrastructural build-up, not only in related to manufacturing but every single thing. Right now, I think India is also going to become a hub for manufacturing of semiconductors or manufacturing of chips. So imagine the kind of effort or intellectual power needed to manufacture point or manufacturing something in nanometers or millimeters. That is done, or that can be possible by a lot of interested and enthusiastic mechanical engineers only. So again, I would like to applaud the mechanical engineering department for taking up this initiative and being behind us and making it a reality. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for giving me the time and patiently listening to me. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Your passion towards our mechanical engineering is clearly reflective in your words. We are proud of you being a mechanical engineering to be our dynamic and inspiring leader. Thank you. With profound gratitude, we humbly welcome Dr. V. Vijay Kumar, Dean School of Engineering, Anurag University, to grace us with his words. Sir.
Good morning to all of you. Dr. Nitin Mutil, leader of Water Resource Group, Victoria University, Melbourne, and other dignitaries on the dais, and my dear faculty members, and other enthusiastic participants who came from various places to participate in this conference. And my dear students, once again, I welcome you all on behalf of AU leadership team. But the theme, what just now the Anurag Palla has said, the innovations and future scope of mechanical engineering in digital era is really sounds well, because recently, or maybe 3 years or 4 years back, they have revamped their curriculum also. And maybe there is a need to revamp again further the curriculum, because just now Anurag Palla has also said there is a need of what AI and also machine learning that needs to be brought into mechanical engineering. If at all I am wrong, please forgive me. I am not at all a mechanical engineer, because after 3 mechanical engineers who have got a lot of knowledge, a computer science man is speaking. So that try to understand this. If at all I say something wrong, that is one thing. And second thing is, I would like to appreciate the mechanical engineering department, because I am witnessing every day. Because whenever I ask Chalapati after 5 o'clock what you are going to do, sir, I have got a meeting. I said, what meeting after 5 o'clock? Then he says always that there is a meeting because we have got a conference. I think so. He organized all meetings after 5 o'clock. If at all I am ready, if at all I am true. So I appreciate, first of all, the mechanical engineering department and the staff who really worked hard for this conference. That is one thing. And also, there are 100 papers that have come around. Then out of 100, if at all they wanted to see that the conference should grow well, they can select maybe 80 papers or 90 papers, but they have not done. They have gone for quality, and ultimately they could able to select around 30 papers. That is also a great thing. That means this conference would like to bring the quality, not the quantity. That is one thing. Really, I appreciate the team. And one more thing here, I would like to say a brief about the mechanical engineering department. Last year or before last year, when we started the IEEE society, then I asked the department whether you are interested in IEEE. They said IEEE is what way it is related to us or something, they said. But finally they said, yes, we are going to have IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, but they have done a good work. And in terms of robotics, and the IEEE Society has granted them $500, which is the first one in our university to get that. So that means I appreciate the departments, their role, and all faculty, they are doing well. So it's anyway, first international conference the mechanical engineering department is conducting. So once you are conducting the first international conference, especially the burden on you will be more. You need to continue the process. Stopping after first, it is not good. So now onwards, you try to plan when you are going to conduct what? The second international conference, maybe theme you need to decide. And the second and the important thing is, I wish, and I always say that before Dasra, I'm giving a target before all audience. You should also conduct a hackathon. Mechanical engineering department should conduct a student hackathon before Dasra. That is the task I'm giving, because all are here. Because the hackathons are conducted in School of Engineering, Computer Science have conducted 4, AI has conducted 4, IT has conducted 1. Recently, EC is also going to conduct. So I wish and I hope all the support from the management will be there. So you need to go ahead with a student hackathon. Then only you can take over what the new technologies are, immersive technologies into the students. Definitely you need to do that. That is from my side, that is the request on this conference. And lastly, I request all the participants to build your contacts. That is more important whenever there is a conference. There is a difference between a conference and journal publication. Journal publications, whenever we publish a paper, others will see and they will try to note down the contents, they will try to see the result, and they will try to improvise or maybe innovate something else. But in the conference, definitely the contacts are more important, so that you can think the surrounding colleges or the surrounding places what need to be done extra, what need to be done, so that the students can be benefited. So I request all of you to have what that mutual contacts and collaborations, and thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and encouraging us for our future endeavors. With genuine admiration, we humbly request Dr. P. Bhaskar Reddy, sir, Registrar AU, to share his valuable insights.
Very good morning to you all. And today's chief guest, Nitin Mutil, is from Victoria University, Australia. And Dr. Vijay Kumar, Dean School of Engineering. And Dr. Sikandar Baba, convener for this conference. And Dr. Salapati, our head of the department. And my dear participants and others from various places from all over India. Hearty welcome to today's conference. And already 5 people have spoken about mechanical engineering. I don't want to spend more on that time because Vijay Kumar Garu said he belongs to computer science. I am belongs to electronics. But revelation created in Europe in 16th century. What is behind that? Generally, mechanical engineer says that we proudly move world. So reveal. So who has created this impact on the entire world? The mechanical. Do you think that only mechanical that time? But all are interlinked. What they say is interdisciplinary. Anurag sir said. It is interdisciplinary. Always. So now you have said that mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, computer science engineering, electronics engineering, civil engineering, all these core branches is involved interdisciplinary always in all fields of work in the world. And similarly, our minds also will be, I am not a mechanical engineer, I am not a civil engineer, not that. We are engineers. But our mind should be technical, management, and IT skills should be there. Then your mind also becomes interdisciplinary. You can ask about all the people, all the ways to adapt for the what you are doing this. That is first international conference on innovations, future scope of mechanical engineering in the digital era. So I congratulate all the organizers and Department of Mechanical Engineering and Dean School of Engineering, and supporting Naveen is appreciating coming all over from Australia to here. So give big applause to Naveen. Nitin. Sorry, Nitin, not Naveen. So what we are submitted your papers on different areas on mechanical engineering. So now we're in the major on the pivoted junction, because today the digital revolution is impacting traditional domains like your thermal fluids, design engineering, and materials, manufacturing, and paving the way for the development of innovative solutions that are not only efficient and intelligent, but also sustainable. So what you are presenting on your papers will help other people to learn and interact, and as much you can, because usually we'll say that our paper is published in Scopus or Web of Science, that is great. But my opinion is when you are presented on the conference, because different types of questions will be posed to you, you are able to answer. When you are presenting this type of conferences, so more than that, my feeling is, because so many questions will ask audience, the other has to answer that questions. But whereas you are published a journal, that question will not come. Then that will goes to somebody else, scrutiny, then accepted. You see that this. Next, whether we are adopting energy efficient technologies in thermal fluids, enhancing design process through smart systems, or exploring novel materials and manufacturing techniques, that is sustainability and inclusivity must remain at the forefront of our endeavors. This is very important. So when you are, I will say simply one word. Today, technology has been heaven and earth. You can say proudly that, but we are able to stop natural calamities? No. You are not able to identify. You are not stopping. When cyclone or earthquake comes, we have to bend our head. So your research should not forget values and ethics. That needs to be continue as our old generations given to us. If you are doing that, your success is always will be on the top, nothing else. So on behalf of the Anurag University, I extend my best wishes to all the participants to fruitful and enriching experience at this conference. May the deliberations, interactions for the next 2 days pave the way for impactful innovations and sustainable advancements in the field of mechanical engineering. So I wish you all the best, all the participants and the organizers, and make it success by interacting each other for the development and growth of mechanical engineering. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for highlighting the importance of conference and interdisciplinary research work. An event of this significance deserves to be commemorated, and what better way to do so than by capturing its essence in a beautifully curated souvenir. The souvenir of this conference reflects the theme of our event, celebrates our collective achievements, and serves as a memento of the insights and knowledge shared during this event. I now request our chief guest, Professor Nitin Muttil, along with other dignitaries on the dais, to kindly join together for the official release of our souvenir. I request Dean CSE to please join on the dais. Dr. G. Vishnumurthy, sir, Dean CSE. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all applaud as we unveil this special souvenir marking yet another milestone in our journey of excellence. Thank you, dignitaries, for gracing this moment. It is my great honor to introduce our chief guest, Professor Nitin Muttil. Dr. Nitin Muttil is a distinguished academic and accomplished leader in the field of water engineering and environmental management. Dr. Muttil is a water research lead at Victoria University in Melbourne, Australia, where he conducts research dedicated to address some of the most pressing global challenges in water management, climate resilience, and urban sustainability. Dr. Muttil's basic qualification is that of civil engineering with a PhD from National University of Singapore and an MTech from IIT Delhi. Prior to joining Victoria University, he has worked as a research fellow at the University of Hong Kong and also at the National University of Singapore. As a globally recognized researcher, his works leverages cutting-edge computational techniques such as data-driven and conceptual models, machine learning, optimization, GIS, and remote sensing to address water-related challenges and advance sustainable solutions. Dr. Muttil has an impressive publication record in leading international journals, and conferences. He has demonstrated exceptional leadership, mentoring numerous postgraduate and undergraduate students, and fostering collaborations with industry, government, and academic institutions across the globe. In recognition of his exceptional research efforts, Dr. Muttil was awarded the Vice Chancellor's Award in 2022 under Sustainability category and also in 2011 for Excellence in Research and Research Training under the Research Team category. We request you to address the gathering, sir.
Good morning to the distinguished leadership team on the dais. Mr. Vijay Kumar. Sorry, Dr. Vijay Kumar, my apologies for that. And Dr. Bhaskar Reddy, Dr. Chalapati, and Dr. Sikandar Baba. And good morning also to the staff and students of Anurag University, and also the guests and attendees of the conference. I think it is my great pleasure to be part of inaugurating this conference. And as the speaker said, mechanical engineering going into the future without digital technologies is not going to happen. And therefore, this conference, I think, is very, very relevant and timely. And therefore, it's my pleasure to be part of inaugurating this conference. Now, as the speakers said before, AI technologies are going to be part of every engineering field, including mechanical engineering. And there is no way we can avoid AI technologies, digital technologies in any engineering field, including mechanical engineering. I'll give you an example. Like, for example, if I have to design, for example, a pump, we won't do the traditional ways, maybe making a wind tunnel or making a prototype and testing that in a wind tunnel, but we would use computer software. We will use digital technologies. And if you all, as mechanical engineers, are not skilled to use the digital technology, then you will have to go to a computer science person. But that's a very handicapped way of doing the job, because the computer science person doesn't know mechanical engineering. And therefore, if that has to happen, two engineers have to work together, a computer science person and a mechanical engineer. But if you, as future mechanical engineers, are skilled in digital technologies, then you don't need two engineers, you need one engineer, which is yourself. And therefore, I feel the need of the hour is not to give up mechanical engineering, as the speakers said before, but for mechanical engineers to upskill and upskill in digital technologies. I think that is very, very critical, because digital technologies like AI, smart technologies, Internet of Things, sensors, and all is going to be part of engineering. And mechanical engineering, I am a civil engineer, therefore I think it would be unfair if I don't mention civil engineering. So core engineering fields like mechanical and civil will always be there. But in this digital era, I think there is a tendency to go towards computer science because everybody is talking about AI and all those things. But we really cannot give up the core disciplines. And I am very happy to see that mechanical engineers like yourself are doing very well. As I was told just now, a lot of good innovation is happening in the field. 100 patents in a year is very good achievement, I would say. And that gives me very strong confidence that the faculty members and students, they are really putting a lot of hard work to get this good work done. And I think I will congratulate you for that, for the good work which you are doing. And finally, I would like to also congratulate the conveners of this conference. I know a lot of hard work, as the speaker said, has gone on. And I think I also came to know that people not just work after 5, but some of the organizers are working till 8 o'clock and later. And that also indicates that the organization of this conference, a lot of hard work has gone into that. And I would like to thank the organizers and the people who have put that hard effort and congratulate for the success of this edition of the conference. And I also hope that future editions of the conference are also organized and are successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. Now I request Registrar sir and all the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate our chief guest, Professor Nitin Mutil, on this auspicious occasion. Sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. P. Vishwanath to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you everyone for attending this conference. I would like to first of all thank my mentor, one of my teacher, Dr. Nitin Mutil, for accepting and coming here as a chief guest and keynote speaker. Thank you very much, sir. I have a great association with him for past 10 years, and my wife also had a privilege to work with him in a project when we were in Australia. So thank you so much, sir, for that. And I would like to thank our respected registrar, Dr. P. Bhaskar Reddy, sir, Dean School of Engineering, Dr. V. Vijay Kumar, sir, and our Dr. Anurag Palla, Associate Vice President of Strategy, our head of the department and Associate Dean School of Engineering, and the General Chair of this conference, Dr. K. Chalapati Garu, and Dr. Mohammad Sikindar Baba sir, the convener and controller of examinations and convener of this conference. And not but not the least, all the colleagues who have put a lot of effort from past few months for making this conference a grand success, and the organizing committee for arranging this venue and working till late night from past two couple of days. And thank you so much. And for all the participants, we wish that our desire for making this conference, I wish that all the papers come out well. And as Anurag sir told that the passion for mechanical engineering never dies. So this conference paves the way for that. And it's just a starting point. Hope we have such conferences in future. Thank you very much. Thanks. And also, I forgot, sorry, sponsors who has contributed us for this conference, especially the student care, Mr. Mohan, for this. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Take a moment to refuel and recharge with a refreshing tea break. Enjoy the tea and snacks and perhaps strike up conversations that may lead to valuable connections. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We request all the attendees and dignitaries to be back in the venue within 15 minutes for further proceedings. Thank you. I request the participants to have the tea break. Thank you.
ఎస్ చెక్ ఎస్ కాల్ 1 2 చెక్ ఎక్కువైందా సౌండ్ కొద్దిగా తగ్గియాలా కోయ్ కోయ్ కోని కోయ్ హలో హలో
This can be little down or it has to be here. Should I start or yes? Oh, okay. Sure. Thank you. Okay. You have control for the laptop or computer? Because there are one or two videos which have, so I will request you to play them. He will play that. Okay. Yeah, sure.
I request all the faculty to come forward, please, to have the front seats. Yes. I hope you all enjoyed the tea break. Now we come to one of the most anticipated moments of this event, the keynote session. Today, we are privileged to have Dr. Nitin Mutil to share their insights on the AI revolution, embracing a smarter future with ethical integrity, a subject that resonates deeply with the goals of this conference. Without further ado, I now invite Professor Nitin Mutil to deliver the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our esteemed keynote speaker with a warm round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And good morning to all of you. I'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Everybody is seated. And then I'll start. Right, okay. So I'll start now. So that's the title I chose for this talk. And if I had known that there are so many mechanical engineering enthusiasts here, I would have added mechanical engineering there. in the title. As I see now, a lot of mechanical engineering enthusiasts. So the more appropriate title for your discipline would have been the AI revolution, embracing a smarter future in mechanical engineering. But we need to be careful with ethical and moral responsibilities also that we have. This is briefly the outline of what I'm going to talk about, a brief introduction to AI in the beginning, and then I'm going to talk about the capabilities of AI. This is a bit broad. I am not focusing on mechanical engineering, but something similar can be said about mechanical engineering also. Although this talk is taking AI in a broad way. And then I'm going to talk about few case study applications. And then I'll talk about the challenges which we face in the use of AI. The way it's developing, it's very fast paced, and that creates a lot of challenges. And I'll briefly talk about that and some solutions and conclusions. Okay, introduction to AI. This is something which all of you definitely would know is with AI, when it started in 1950s, 60s, and then later in 80s, 90s, when neural networks came into the picture, the goal was to develop algorithms which mimics the human brain. Mimics the human brain. Okay? So please keep in mind, because I'll come back to this a few words. When we started with AI, the idea was to get an algorithm or a system which will mimic the human brain. Okay? And where we have come now is from virtual assistants like ChatGPT. I'm sure all of you are using ChatGPT in some way or the other. To self-driving cars, AI is already transforming. And some people say it's not transforming, it's disrupting. Because the big way in which AI is coming into our lives, the way we work, interact, and deal with technology. And these are some subfields of AI. Machine learning. I'm sure many of you are using machine learning in your research and studies, where algorithms learn from data. So that's the traditional basic or core machine learning, is the algorithm learns from data. And then you have NLP, natural language processing, which uses LLMs, large language models, in order to process, interpret, and generate human language. So here comes into the picture chatbots, for example, where you can interact with the computer as if you are speaking to a person. So, and then computer vision, this has been there for a bit, but now in the digital era, it's again coming in a massive way, where images and videos can be interpreted, generated, and so on. And then robotics is another field within artificial intelligence, where research is going into autonomous machines, where the robot can take decisions on its own. So that's something which I'll be discussing later also, autonomous machines. Now this is, people call the AI revolution as the fourth industrial revolution, which is happening now. We all know, I think it was Dr. Bhaskar Reddy who talked about the first industrial revolution, where it was machines, like steam engines and use of steams to run turbines and so on. The industrial revolution, which was the first industrial, and then the second was mass production. So we had supply chains, sorry, and electrification and so on. And then came the third industrial revolution, which happened in the middle of the last century, which we call the digital revolution, right? Where computers came, and even, we look at computers, it has come a long way. When I started for the first time using computers in the late 1990s, those were computers which most of you may not have seen. Those were computers which had floppy disks, and the memory which a floppy disk could hold in 1998, 99, it was 1.44 megabytes. So you can just imagine all our research data. At that time, I was doing a master's, 1998. All my research data would come into 3 or 4 floppies, which means about 5 megabytes, 6 megabytes is the data which I would have for my research, few floppies, and that's it. So that's the digital revolution which happened. And then now we are in the age of AI and machine learning, and we are looking at sensors, Internet of Things, and smart cities, digital twins, and so on and so forth. And this is going to really move fast in the next, I won't even say decades, next few years. And that is why, as I'll be talking later, it's essential that engineers, mechanical engineers, upskill yourself in these technologies, because the core mechanical engineer will use these techniques to solve problems. Okay, so now in this section, I'm going to talk, I'll spend about 10 minutes here, talk about the capabilities of AI. Most of you or all of you know it, but I'll shed more light into what AI can do and what is AI and what it can do if it's used properly, is what I'm going to talk in this section. Now, machine learning. You know what is machine learning. We started with the basic machine learning in the 1980s, 90s, where neural networks and so on were used, where the model trains on data with the aim of making predictions. Okay? And that's neural networks. I think I won't go into that. A more advanced version of neural networks, which is being used now, is deep learning, which you know. Okay, so that was a paper which I had published in 2007, and this was using neural networks. And this paper, machine learning, and it was published in Engineering Applications of AI, was using neural networks to understand the dynamics of algal blooms. You may not know what is algal blooms, don't worry, that's okay. And that, I would say, was a time when the traditional machine learning was at its peak. It was at its peak. Everybody was using it. And if you look at this particular paper, it got 165 citations as of now, yesterday or day before when I took this screenshot. And most of the citations happened then, not now. Now the citations for this paper has died down. But most of these citations happened in those years, 2008, 9, 10, if you look at that. So that was the time when these traditional machine learning techniques were at its peak. Everybody, not just in mechanical engineering, other fields were also using this. Okay, and so what it was doing, as I just mentioned, it trains on data. Okay, and the data which we used to train that model in 2007, you can see, is here. We had about 8 or 9 variables which went as input into the neural network. I'm sure you all know what is a neural network. And what was output, which we were trying to predict, was chlorophyll, which is an indicator of algal blooms. Okay, so if we know the concentration of chlorophyll in the water, we know whether there's algal bloom or not. And if you look at this here, we were using the data which was about a week back, T minus P, where P is from 7 days and more. That means we were inputting into the neural network data which is 1 week in the past, and what we are predicting is the chlorophyll A either today or tomorrow. This is what the neural network does. And this is the data we used. It was just an Excel spreadsheet which has a few hundred rows of data and 8 or 9 fields of data. That's it. And that was the neural network of 2007, 2008, about 15, 18 years back. Now, where has neural networks or such techniques reached now? We will see. Now what's happening? Excuse me. Now what's happening is the training of the model is not done using just a few data in a spreadsheet, but the data now includes a much bigger, broader variety of data, which includes text, images, speech, structured data, and so on. And after training of the model, the output itself is of these types. We are generating, for example, images or speech using a neural network. And therefore, these techniques are called generative AI, where we are able to generate diverse type of content, including text, images, audio, and even videos. You all know that. Now, why is this type of AI much broader than what we used to use? Is because the input into this model is data from the whole of internet. When I used neural networks for the first time 15, 17 years back, the input was data in an Excel spreadsheet. We had, as you saw in the previous slide, we had about 8 or 9 fields of data. We had about few hundred rows of data. That's it. But what's the data now? The source of data in models like this, I won't call neural network, but I would prefer to call generative AI models, is data, and the source for that is the whole of internet. Right? And so you can imagine in 15 years' time, where has this modeling technology reached? And since the input is all of internet, we are able to use, for example, I am using here natural language processing, which uses LLMs, large language models, to understand, interpret, and generate human language. And that's what ChatGPT does, and I'm sure all of you have used ChatGPT. And that's what it does. It generates text. It speaks to you as if you're speaking to a person. And that's why it's called a chat bot or a chat robot. Okay? And it's used in applications like chatbot search engines, voice recognition systems, and so on. Now, for the next 2 or 3 minutes, we are going to look a bit closely at ChatGPT. What is its capability? We are talking about capabilities of AI models, right? So we will look at ChatGPT. There are other chatbots, I'm sure you may have used that, but let's look at ChatGPT a bit more closely. Now, that's a screenshot of ChatGPT taken from my computer. So it says here what it can do: create images. And there are other chatbots which can do more. It can create images, it can create videos, audios, and whatnot. Okay? And I've given a few examples of what it can do. It can write essays, and essay could even be a research paper, right? And stories, fairy tales, it can compose music, it can explain scientific concepts, and I'm sure many of you are using ChatGPT for that. It can write and debug computer code. It can even tell jokes. Okay? And what I did was, I asked ChatGPT, so that's a screenshot from my computer, and I asked ChatGPT this question. Okay? Please tell me a little bit about yourself. And this is the answer which ChatGPT gave me. I am ChatGPT, your AI-powered assistant. Anybody looking for an assistant here? You have one here, AI-powered assistant. Here to help with anything from brainstorming ideas and answering questions to writing and coding. I adapt to your needs and try to provide thoughtful, accurate, and creative responses. With extensive training on a vast amount of data. So this is ChatGPT telling what it trains on. It trains on vast amounts of data. And what's the source of that data? The internet. And it therefore can do extensive training. And I am both informative and conversational. Let me know how I can assist you today. That's ChatGPT's answer of what it is. So it's a personal AI-powered assistant. Now let's see what's the capability of this assistant, what this assistant can do for you. Let's see that. Now some researchers, they have tried to measure the IQ of ChatGPT. IQ can be measured, you give questions, it gives answers. And this particular researcher or professor from Wharton School, he did this bit of work with ChatGPT where he gave questions to ChatGPT and he identified or estimated or measured the verbal IQ of ChatGPT as 155. Okay, 155. And what he says here is this 155, this is his LinkedIn post. Anybody can have a look at that. He says that this 155 is top 1% of the human population in terms of IQ. Or in other words, an IQ of 155 is superior to 99.9% of the human population. So here you have an assistant whose IQ is much superior than 99.9% of the human population. You have it at your disposal. Okay? And then, what was Albert Einstein's IQ? People have analyzed that later based on his studies. And then this article, which I am referencing, says that the estimate puts Albert Einstein's IQ as 160, which would make him a genius or near genius according to most IQ classification systems. So, what can we say? You got an assistant whose IQ is almost there, close to that of Albert Einstein, right? 155. And this is going to improve in the future. Why? Because the data on which ChatGPT trains is becoming bigger and bigger with time. More and more data gets uploaded on the net, and therefore it has got more and more data, and its IQ is going to increase with time. And it's very, very likely that sometime in the future, the IQ of ChatGPT could either become equal or exceed that of Albert Einstein. Okay, so what does that mean? It means we, the internet users, there are few billion internet users in the world, have a technology, and we are only talking about chatbots like ChatGPT. We have not gone into other kind of AI techniques. We are talking about one. We have a technology at our disposal that is almost as intelligent in terms of IQ as Albert Einstein. If someone knows how to effectively prompt a chatbot, because prompt a chatbot like ChatGPT, they can unlock unlimited assistance, akin to having an AI-powered assistant that is almost as intelligent as Einstein. So here comes the role of prompt engineer. I won't use the term engineer. I would use somebody who prompts. Why? Because what is a prompt? Prompt is how we interact with the AI technology. And who all are using AI technologies? Everybody. Practically everybody is using. You got AI technology on your wearable device, you have AI technology on your mobiles and everywhere. So from children to everybody is using AI, which means everybody has to prompt AI. Because what is a prompt? Prompt is how you interact with AI, how you give it commands, how you use it. And everybody is prompting AI in some way or the other. Okay? And Somebody who knows how to use these AI technologies can do quite a bit with, that's one engineer or one person, but that person can write codes, compose music, write research papers, analyze data, etc., etc. So here is a person who has got, if properly trained, that's important because he can do data analysis. You know, their jobs got data analysts outside. There are music composers, there are academics, there are programmers. So this person, if he knows how to use a chatbot like ChatGPT properly, can do the tasks of all these people. Okay. And what does Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, say? If you can please play this video. Pen drive.
Prompt engineer being somebody who literally prompted by saying, please do X, Y, Z. So that's just one example, but and that's going to be a job. That's going to be a job for sure.
Short clip, half a minute. But in this interview, the CEO of Microsoft, he tells that prompt engineer will be a job because he knows that practically everybody is prompting some AI tool or the other, right? And I'll come back to this later in the end of the talk about prompts and prompt engineers. Can we go to the, yeah, okay. And a few more examples of, we are looking at capabilities of AI, right? And this article which says Google's DeepMind can code better than humans. Do we need humans then? If a AI model can code better than humans, the question is, do we need humans? And as I will say later, discuss later, many companies like Microsoft and Google are laying off staff. Why? Because they got technology which can do better than humans. AI performs better than lawyers. There was another article which said performs better than doctors. I didn't put that because that sounded a bit, you know, not so good to say that AI can do better than doctors. So the idea here is not to replace those core disciplines like lawyers or doctors. That's not the idea. The idea here is those people need to upskill, which is what I was telling about mechanical engineers. I'm sure there is somebody who says these chatbots can do better than mechanical engineers. Actually, no. It cannot replace a mechanical engineer. The idea is a mechanical engineer has to upskill and learn these skills. Okay? Because the core concepts of mechanical engineer and how to use those concepts in real life, chatbot cannot do. When you go to the field as a mechanical engineer, and those concepts which you have learned in your classrooms, when it has to be applied in real world case studies, can a chatbot do that? No, it cannot. You require a mechanical engineer. So these articles don't mean in the strict sense give up lawyers or give up mechanical engineers. It actually means that those people with those skills have to upskill with AI technologies. Okay? And I'll discuss this later when I conclude also. Okay, now, and this professor from Israel, he also writes a lot of scientific articles. His name is Yuval Noah Harari. If you can play this video, we'll see what he says.
Because AI is just at the very, very beginning of its evolutionary process. It's basically like 10 years old, 15 years old. We haven't seen anything yet. GPT-4 and all these things, they are the amoebas of AI evolution. And who knows how the AI dinosaurs are going to look like.
So what he says is, whatever we have seen with AI till now, as AI is evolving over the last few years, is like amoebas of AI. Amoeba means it's just a single-celled organism, micro-celled organisms. And if micro-celled organisms can do this much, what we have seen, which has got its IQ almost that of a genius, what can AI, when it's fully developed, do? Can we imagine? Possibly no. And that's why he says the dinosaurs of AI, which are going to be developed very, very soon in the next few years, I won't even say decades, maybe next 3 years, 5 years, what can they do? We cannot even imagine. If just a chatbot like ChatGPT, which he calls amoeba. Okay.
Because AI.
Okay, so that was the capability of AIs. It is massive. Just ChatGPT is very powerful, but there are so many other tools coming up. Okay. We'll look at few case study applications of AI very quickly. All of you know all these, but just to give you some idea, I'll talk about few. I took few. There are many fields or many case study applications we could take. These were some which I thought at least inspired me. So I took these 4 case studies. In the interest of time, I took only 4, and I'll be very quick with these. Healthcare. I think we'll look at the first one with healthcare. AI in healthcare is revolutionizing patient care, improving efficiency, and enabling more accurate and personalized treatment approaches. So here are some applications of AI in healthcare. So, for example, it can do robotics in surgery. There was a time when surgery means you have to cut the body, but now with robotics and keyhole surgery and so on, you don't have to. The doctor can be located remotely. He doesn't have to be with the patient. The doctor can be at some other location, but with robotics, he can do the surgery. And others, remote monitoring use AI-powered wearable devices. I have something here which tells the blood pressure, the heart rate, the number of steps taken, and sleep, and so on. I don't use most of that. So it can tell them. I am going to talk briefly for next 2 minutes about personalized medicine. I thought this was very inspiring. One of these applications of AI in healthcare. Now this is a sensor which can be worn on the body, and this is called a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor. It's available in India. You can order it on Amazon. And in the US, 1 or 2 years back, you couldn't get this one. You needed a doctor's prescription to get this. But now the agency, their FDA, I forget the name, they have made it available to everybody. Anybody can get a glucose CGM, glucose monitoring sensor. Why? Because they say that the monitoring of glucose is a health marker. In the past, it used to be required only for those who had diabetes to monitor the glucose. But now what they are telling is the glucose monitor is necessary for everybody because it's a health marker. When we take sweet foods or when we take starch, carbohydrate, and so on, there's a spike of glucose in the body. And that needs to be monitored and controlled, because if that happens too much, it's not good for the body. Okay? And once you have that device fitted on your body under the arm, it's going to give you your glucose levels, and you can monitor. You took your lunch, and after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's going to show you what happened to the glucose levels in the body. There's a spike. If you took a lot of carbohydrates, or if you took a lot of sweets, you can see a spike in the glucose level in the body. Right? And that spike is not good for everyone, not just diabetic people. It's not good for everyone. And once that spike happens in the blood sugar levels, the glucose levels in the blood, to counter that, to assimilate that, what the body does is it secretes what's called insulin through the pancreas. And people who have diabetes, type 1 diabetes especially, the secretion of insulin by the pancreas gets stopped. And that condition is called type 1 diabetes. And those people who have type 1 diabetes, they have to take insulin artificially when there's a spike in glucose, right? Now where is AI into the picture here? Now, they have come up with a device which is called artificial pancreas. It's a small wearable device which can be put on the body. And this device communicates with the CGM. And depending on the spike in the glucose level, this device will release insulin in the body. So basically it acts like a pancreas, especially for diabetic people where the pancreas don't work properly. It doesn't release the insulin. This device finds out how much is the glucose level, and depending on that level of glucose, it releases insulin into the body. So the patient doesn't have to monitor. Without this, diabetic people have to monitor their blood sugar levels, and if it goes up, they have to take insulin. So they keep quite a bit of things, insulin pens and so on and so forth. But if you have this device, you don't have to monitor. The device does it. And the device also monitors the lifestyle habits of the person. So when the person does exercise, what he eats, what type of food the person eats, and all those it monitors, and it secretes insulin based on the lifestyle patterns of the person. And that's where AI comes. The AI here learns the habits of the person and secretes insulin according to those habits and glucose levels also. So that's very convenient. You don't, a person especially with type 1 diabetes doesn't really have to do anything if you have these devices on the body. They are testing it out, and you can have those cars, you can use those cars to travel from point A to point B. I'm telling that because my brother stays in the US. Recently he sent me a video. So the video which we are going to see is a video which my brother and his wife, they took a self-driving car from this company called Waymo. I believe Tesla also has, I don't know, but Waymo is a company which develops self-driving cars. And recently, very recently, about 2 weeks back or 3 weeks back, they took a drive from one place to the other, and he shot this video. So my brother sent this video, which you're going to see very soon. If we can play this. You see the speed, it's fixed. Okay, so that car, which runs on its own, uses a lot of AI. And if you look at, we'll see that very soon. It's got a lot of sensors, cameras, and LiDARs, which is used to identify objects, identify the precise location of the car, and so on. So that's just a list of sensors in a GM, General Motors car. So it says it has got 5 LiDARs, 16 cameras, or 21 radars. So those kind of sensors are used to move the vehicle, find its exact location, and avoid obstacles and so on. So that's, I thought, was a very interesting case study. Defense is going to be a big user of AI. In some countries in Europe, they have got legislation on the use of AI, limits on that, regulations, regulatory legislation, but they have left out defense there. They have said that yes, these regulations are there, but not for defense, which means they have kept the use of AI in defense open. And therefore, I thought use of AI in defense is very important. So here are, a few examples I have kept here, and they are using robots. And they are testing it out. And this article, which is from last year, where you can see that the army is trying out robo dogs or mules for operations where there's risk to human life. So this is just a case study. There's much more than this which is happening. Drones and unmanned drones and so on and so forth. You know that from news. And the other one is smart homes, where so many sensors are used in a home to control lights, energy use, and security in your home, and so on and so forth. So you know that from your mobile, you can do so many things, which makes the house smarter, which makes the house safer, energy efficient, and so on and so forth. I got my mobile here, and there's an app which is connected to a camera on my house in Melbourne. And if somebody comes into my house to the front door, the camera will give me a notification here. And then I can have a look, and I can even speak to the person who's come there. So just to give you some idea about smart technologies in homes. Okay, so that's about, very briefly, about capabilities of AI and some of the current applications, only some. There's just a very narrow application case studies. Now I'll briefly speak about the future of AI. Okay, so let's say another 10 minutes is what I'm looking at. The future of AI, artificial general intelligence. So they are looking at AI systems. Some people call this super artificial intelligence, where the AI systems will not equal humans, they will surpass humans. They are looking at that, where their intelligence and their capabilities would be surpassing that of humans. Remember when we started AI in the beginning, I said what was the goal of AI? The goal of AI was to develop algorithms which would mimic the human brain. Right? So in the 1960s, 70s, when AI was introduced by people like Geoffrey Hinton and so on, the goal was to develop an algorithm which will mimic the intelligence of the human brain. What are we looking at now? Are we trying to mimic the human brain? No. We are trying to go much beyond the human brain, which means these robots can take independent decisions. They will not wait for input from you. They will take independent decisions. And that's where the risk increases many times, because robots can take independent decisions, and what decision they may take may not be what you want. Right? So autonomous systems is the second one, robotic and autonomous systems. Scientific discovery. If, for example, in medicine or material science, many of you work in material science, where you have to develop new materials, composite materials and so on. Or in medicines, pharmacy, you have to develop new drugs. Many combinations of chemicals have to be tried out. And here we have AI, which can do that thousands of combinations and tell you which combination is the best. So scientific discovery is going to use AI in a big way. And then, of course, there's a lot of talk about environmental sustainability, climate change, mitigation, and so on. AI techniques would be used in, for example, in new renewable sources of energy, and so on. So these are just a few examples of future of AI. There's much more. As I said before, what I'm presenting in this limited time is a very narrow band of what's possible. And now I'll come to the last section of my talk, where I'm looking at a few of the challenges which AI brings and some possible solutions in the use of AI. Now, the AI will give solutions based on the data which is provided, which I said was the internet. And you know, internet has got a lot of information which may not be true, which may be biased towards somebody or some countries and so on. So if those biased data is provided as input to your AI model, its output is going to be biased. Something we don't want. And therefore, we have to find ways in which AI models are not biased or discriminatory towards someone. Okay, so that's a challenge. And safety and robustness. AI systems can be misused. Like with any other technology, it can be misused. Be it weapons or, for example, nuclear technology. It can be used for useful applications, but as we know, it has got a big harmful side to it. And therefore, we have so many regulations, non-proliferation of technology and so on and so forth with nuclear technology. And interestingly, Elon Musk sometime back said that AI is more dangerous than nukes, nuclear arms. So if with nuclear arms, so much we have to be careful with legislation and regulations, what about AI? Shouldn't we? We should, which I'll present. So safety and robustness of AI systems. AI-powered weapons need to be controlled and not in everybody's hands. Data availability and privacy. Concerns about data privacy and the ethical use of personal information. Okay? Because a chatbot like ChatGPT is capable of extracting personal information from the web. Although they say that it is programmed to be ethical, people who know how to prompt it know ways to get confidential information from the internet. And somebody who's a crook and who knows the technology, how to use a chatbot to extract confidential information, they can extract data which, say for example, about medical history of a person. It's online. A chatbot can be trained to extract that if somebody knows how to do it. Medical information. So if your medical information is on the internet and if somebody misuses it, damage can be done. Other challenges which I talked about was about AI taking jobs. Okay, so we see companies like IBM and Paytm and Google and so on laying off people. I strongly believe with professional, like engineers, professions like engineers, this is not going to happen because AI cannot replace an engineer. I strongly believe no. Why? Because in practical situations, the knowledge which we have learned has to be applied. And AI cannot apply that. You have to go to the site. You have to see what's the situation on the site and give a solution, which AI cannot do. So engineering professions cannot be made redundant. But you will have to upskill because these technologies are being used in the profession. Google. So AI may end up being a threat to these Google employees who are losing their jobs. So that's another challenge which we have to face. This happened day before yesterday, right? Or yesterday? Yesterday, today's 24th, right? Yeah. So this happened yesterday, where ChatGPT was down for some time. People couldn't use ChatGPT due to some technical problem at their end. And what happened here? Some people are telling that the second brain just stopped working. So you imagine that we have become so over dependent on AI that if we don't have ChatGPT, we feel that our second brain is not working, which means the first brain is also not working. Because if the first brain was working, the person wouldn't have frustrated like that. Because so this is another challenge which we have to face for all of us, our children, who use iPads and all these things to write essays and whatnot. If we become over dependent on AI, it's very bad. We should not become dependent on these technologies. We should control and use them. Because if we become over dependent, they will control us. Please remember this. If we become over dependent and we don't use these technologies properly, what will happen is we won't control them, they will control us. And it's very likely that in the future this may happen, that these technologies will control us, like here. In this case, ChatGPT was down for a few hours, and not just individuals, even businesses reported disruptions. So businesses are becoming over dependent on these technologies, which is not good. Okay? And that is why I say that mechanical engineers or such core professionals cannot be replaced. And you people have to be careful that you don't become over dependent on chatbots and other AI tools. These are tools. Okay? Some people say that these are not tools, these are agents. There's something called AI agents being talked about nowadays, where AI can do autonomous things. In 1 or 2 years' time, if you want to take a train or flight to, let's say, Delhi, tell an AI agent to give you the cheapest flight fare on the day you want, and it will do it for you. It will give you, these are the options, these are the options. So these are AI agents. And some people say AI is not a tool, it's an agent. I don't fully agree there. It is still a tool, and we should be very careful that we control the tools and not the other way around where the tools start controlling us. Because then it will be a very dangerous situation where the tools start controlling us. Okay, if we can play this video.
What are the implications of these systems autonomously writing their own computer code and executing their own computer code?
That's a serious worry, right? So one of the ways in which these systems might escape control is by writing their own computer code to modify themselves. And that's something we need to seriously worry about.
What do you say to someone who might argue if the systems become malevolent, just turn them off?
They will be able to manipulate people, right? And these will be very good at convincing people because they'll have learned from all the novels that were ever written, all the books by Machiavelli, all the political connivances. They'll know all that stuff. They'll know how to do it.
Okay, so that's Geoffrey Hinton. Some people call him the godfather of AI. And what he's telling is that it is very likely that robots can write their own code. We have given them the code now, but we have given them so much independence, so much autonomy. We are talking about autonomous systems, right? We have given them so much autonomy that they can write their own code and change what we have done. And then the second question was asked to him is that what if we shut them down? We said, no, we don't want that. They are smart enough to understand that because they know what's there on the internet. They understand all these tricks and so on, and they can find ways to counter that. And godfather of AI is telling this, because he knows the technology. He's created it. And what he says is if these systems go out of our control, it can be a very dangerous situation. And he's even predicted that there is some percentage of chance that it could make humanity finish it off in the next few decades. And that's another big challenge with AI. Okay.
What are
And then, of course, we have big challenges in the battlefield. Where AI technologies can do big damage, and articles like this tell that it's already happening. Where drones and suicide drones, kamikaze drones means suicide drones, are already killing soldiers in a big way. Okay, so what's the solution? I have put some solutions here to those challenges which we discussed. One of the challenges is AI education is mandatory for everybody. Why? Because everybody is using AI. From small children, my son at home uses AI. He tells commands to Alexa and Siri. Alexa, can you do this? Siri, can you do this? So everybody is using AI. And we need to know how to control AI. And if we don't learn that, and that's where Satya Nadella was talking about a prompt engineer. What's a prompt engineer, or what does prompts do? It gives us a medium to give instructions to AI. That's what a prompt is. Do this. And if we don't know properly how to give prompts and how to control AI effectively, they will control us. And that should not happen. Therefore, AI education is essential. If we don't know how to use AI properly, we may end up unknowingly, unintentionally misusing AI. Human oversight and control. While AI can augment human, it is crucial to maintain appropriate human oversight and control over high stakes decisions and actions. So it is very necessary. I talk about regulatory protections here. It is very, very essential that there are limits on AI using legislative regulations. Limits need to be put on AI, otherwise it can go out of control. Transparency. AI systems should be designed to be transparent and accountable. Somebody should be accountable to what AI does. It's not that AI has done this, who's responsible? It's the internet which is responsible. No, there has to be persons who are responsible for that. So there has to be accountability in the use of AI. Fairness to all. I did talk about this. They should be used in such a way that it's not biased. It doesn't discriminate in a wrong way. It's fair to all. Privacy and data protection. It's very important. As I said, AI can extract confidential information from the net. So there should be regulations and legislations on the use of AI in these areas. And that's my last slide. Is for sure the technologies like AI are very powerful. It is making a lot of significant changes across multiple sections. The future of AI is full of exciting potentials. Yes, it is. And by embracing the powerful technology, we can unlock new frontiers of discovery, innovation, and progress. But we have to embrace AI in a very strategic and intelligent way to harness its benefits while addressing challenges and risks. These cannot be avoided. Challenges and risks. We have to address if we have to use AI. As we continue to push the boundaries of it is crucial that we do so responsibly with a deep understanding of the ethical implications and commitment to using AI for the betterment of humanity. This commitment has to be there from at least a select few people who are using AI. And need for governing laws and regulatory framework. Although this is my last conclusion, it is very, very important. If for nuclear technology there are regulatory frameworks, and if people who know AI tell that AI is more dangerous than nukes, it is essential that we have laws, legislations, and regulatory frameworks on properly using and managing AI. So that's my talk for today. Thank you very much. Open to questions if anybody has comments. If not questions, any comments, thoughts, suggestions, ideas, open to everything.
Systems. Sir, if that AI, if does sudden shutdown of some crucial systems,
Yes.
that means if we may not be able to start again. Such conditions, how to face, as you said, the shutdown, it may go to shutdown also.
Yes.
That may restrict restart also.
Yes.
That may be obviously a fear of restarting of crucial systems, maybe a secured kind of thing.
Yes.
Then as that innovator of that AI has given that indication also.
Yes.
There is a
Yes.
fear of such. We have faced as a Y2K challenge at that time.
Yes.
So that may kind of fear also may come.
Yes.
Is there any possibilities to how to overcome that? That's, as you said, one point is clear:
Yes.
educating ourselves.
Yes. I think with AI, those kind of situations will come. And to me, it seems it will be a race, like, for example, cybersecurity, hacking of banks and personal information. And it's already happening. It's already happening. And it will be a challenge between people who are trying to stop it and, crooks on the other side who are trying to hack, for example. So they will find newer ways, then technology will develop in such a way where they will try to counter with better technology. So this fight will continue. But I think it is very important that these technologies are put within limits. Like some people say that, what's happening now, for example, company A develops a AI model. Company B tries to counter it with something better. So this race to develop better and better than the competitor is not a very healthy race, because this leads to technologies which could go out of control. And therefore, we need to have regulations. I think it needs to be not a national one, but an international body which frames regulations on the use of AI is essential. Otherwise, it is just a matter of time where AI will be misused in a big way. That's a good question. Thank you.
Sir, one more.
Yes, who's speaking? Yes, sorry.
This is kind of a personal question.
Sure.
Being from a civil engineering background, how come all this happened? You deep delved into these concepts of AI and all.
I think although my background base degree is civil, I went into machine learning very early in my educational career. I think my PhD was use of machine learning techniques.